What's up guys, it's Talon here, and in today's video I'm going to be giving you my honest opinion on the new Fortnite season in regard to competitive Fortnite. If you played competitive Fortnite for a while, you know how most of the start of the seasons are usually met with disaster, disappointment, and a lot of angry people. But fortunately this season I believe that has turned a new leaf, and I'm definitely a believer that this is the best rollout for a season we've had all the way back until one of the seasons in Chapter 2. This season doesn't have any major weapon balancing issues, it has a strong shotgun meta, and there's been plenty of map changes to keep people happy and interested and fix the fact that there was very little loot on the previous Season 1 map. I'm going to be going in depth to what I think the best positives are in specifics, and I'm going to be going over some minor little nitpicky things that I think could help improve the season, but I wouldn't be devastated if these changes are never made. These are mainly just minor annoyances. One of the best parts of this new season for me has to be the inclusion of the 4 POIs in the new map. One of the biggest problems in Season 1 was the lack of map changes and the fact that there was very little loot on this entire map. Fortnite said, okay, bet, we're gonna make the most impressive POI you've ever seen, and they've done that with Mega City. This monstrous POI has an astounding 100 plus chests. It is also very visually beautiful. There's a lot of cool features. There's an air vent at the very top around the dragon. There's tons of grind rails that you can ride around the POI. There's just a lot of cool aspects about this place. And not to mention, they've added 3 more other POIs in the southern, eastern, and southeastern parts of the map, which also give nice compliments to kind of the Asian theme of this season. They're not bad POIs in themselves, and it added much needed loot to a map that didn't have that much loot or very little changes. So I'm very glad that this season they finally decided to make some map changes and do a very impressive kind of grandiose type POI in Mega City. The next thing I really do enjoy about this season has to be the Havoc shotgun. Now I know a lot of people were probably disappointed to hear that the pump isn't coming back like it was rumored by many leakers. However, this shotgun is no slouch and it hits incredibly hard, and it has better reload than the Thunder, which is one of the biggest complaints from the shotgun last season, even though that shotgun hit hard. And I'm just glad overall for Epic finally listening to the community, saying we do not want spray meta, we want strong shotgun meta, because that is what made Fortnite so popular with montages and hitting clips, the one pumps. What everyone thought was the most exciting part of Fortnite kind of feels like it's starting to make a comeback after Chapter 3. That was completely missing. It was always spray, 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 spray with very weak shotguns, and it just drove the community away. And I'm hoping with this strong shotgun again, this will drive more people back. And I think along with the changes with the map, that is very possible. Another thing I really enjoy about the season has to be the katana, and that is because it is a much more balanced item than the hammer was last season. The katana is pretty much only really useful for movement and getting around the map, which is incredibly crucial in Arena for it to be enjoyable. Arena without movement is like playing a running simulator, and it just puts you to sleep and it's very boring. With the katana, especially when you combo with airless, you can get from point A to point C super fast. The cooldown time is really short, so you can pretty much just zip around the map and get into as many fights as possible. And I like the fact that it isn't so griefy. Like, you can swing it into builds, however the animation pretty much freezes you for 1 to 2 seconds, so you're really vulnerable and it's not worth it, and no one is just going to go onto your wall katana just like with the hammer previously. So I think this is a really positive change and a much more balanced movement meta, which was one of my wishes for this new season, so I'm really glad to see it implemented. Here are some minor things, or things that are just a little bit annoying to me currently, and I won't be crying home to mama if these things don't get changed. However, I think if they were tweaked or changed, it could definitely still improve the season. The number one thing that annoys me the most thus far is when you're fighting around grind rails, it basically just carries you away even if you don't tap to interact with them. If you get anywhere near them, it just kind of sucks you on and flings you whatever direction, and it just kind of griefs the whole experience of Mega City at times. I kind of avoid fighting in there for that because the amount of people that are there is constant. You need to place builds, and I just hope in the future they just kind of do something with more of it being tapped interact. I know it's a feature, but I don't like the magnetism aspect of it. If you're near it, but you just get flung on it, you know? Another thing that I find incredibly just annoying about the season is the fact that the Maven and combat shotguns are in the game. If you are fighting a Havoc, you are at a significant disadvantage. I know I said that weapon balance was kind of a strength. The shotguns kind of need a little bit of a buff to compete, maybe especially with damage. I don't know how the Maven has survived this long without any type of buff. It's one of the worst shotguns in recent memory that hasn't gotten tuned to kind of make it more competable. I don't like this gun, and the combat shotgun used to be great in chapter 1. Unfortunately, it's just been kind of nerfed in the ground, and it's at the same point. No one really used it in season 1, so I don't know why it made an appearance in season 2. And again, Maven was second fiddle to the Thunder in season 1, so I don't understand again why it's making an appearance here in season 2. They can maybe just buff it so it's a little bit better, in my opinion. And the last and kind of very little minutely annoying thing is the pullout time on the shotgun. Everyone says it's a little bit clunky. This was a complaint of the Thunder also in chapter 1. However, due to the fact that its reload time is still pretty good, I'm not crazy about it. The big noticeable thing for me is the pullout on the suppressed AR, the new AR. It seems like forever, and against a twig mag, you are dead. And most of the time I'm running twig mag because of this, and because up close fights, you want an SMG more often. And the red eye's in the game, so I don't know why you'd be carrying the suppressed AR when you most likely, if you're carrying an AR, it's red eye for Surge. But again, this is a minor thing, and if they don't tweak it, it'll still be a great start to the season, and I'm sure they'll make little improvements as they always do. Most of the time, Fortnite seasons do get better with time as they kind of adjust. This has just been the best starting point. Well guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please drop a like on this video, hit that subscribe button, and turn on post notifications. And I hope I'll be seeing you in the next one. Peace.